Good morning. I just woke up and I realized it's Sunday and I haven't done my Sunday video, my Cool Cat Confessions video. You guys, I'm so sorry I haven't been uploading. I've had so much going on since I got back. My van is pretty organized. I've got the AC on and I'm not going to turn it off. I'm sorry about the noise, but it's super hot. I'm going to get up and go run some errands. I know this isn't like, this is going to be kind of vloggy, and I'm going to try to throw in my Q&A in here and answer some of your questions. I don't even know what time it is. Alright, let's go. Okay, I just got out of the shower. I'm gonna do my makeup. I don't think there's enough light in here. Okay, that's better. I've never done my makeup on camera before. I don't usually like to wear a lot of makeup, but I do wear a little bit. Like, all the makeup that I own is in here, except for my eyeshadows, which are right here, which somebody just gave me this. And this is the old, I love this. Everything's falling out. Sorry. I don't really wear a lot of makeup. All the makeup I own is in here. And I pretty have one mascara and one powder. And up until my friend gave me this eyeshadow, this is what I was using. And you can see why they gave it to me, because these are almost gone. I know that on some of the other videos you saw me with a lot of makeup. And if I am on set and they do my makeup, then I have to wear what they want me to wear. It's not my preference, but if I'm on a job and they want me to wear makeup, then I'm gonna wear makeup. That's not to say that I'm gonna do anything they want me to do. Within reason, I do what I'm supposed to do on set, because that's why they hired me. That's what any of you that have been in the production industry know what that's like. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a little bit of my makeup, and what I'm gonna do is try to answer some of your questions. Let's see, I have them written down here. Okay, one, why are you so inconsistent about making videos? You're right. I have been inconsistent about making videos because, for several reasons. I've been thinking about this question. Even though I work in the entertainment industry, and I have a lot of clients that I've worked for that have been entertainers, I am not comfortable putting myself, okay, that's not right, because it's not that I'm not comfortable. I am a very private person. And even though everybody puts their life on the internet, it's just not something that I enjoy doing, or that I feel like is necessary to validate who I am. So one of the reasons that I started YouTube, if you watched my very first video, was because I felt like I wanted to give back after my mom's death and my brother's death, and just learning so much and connecting with so many people on the internet about what I'd gone through. And so that was the main reason. And then as I made more videos and started to get familiar with YouTube, I saw what a beneficial tool it was going to be in my business. So it's helped me so much, because I am able to help my clients in a way that I wasn't able to before. Now, that's not to say that you have to have an online presence in order to be a media manager or a social media manager, but for me it helped a ton. However, it meant that I was no longer working on somebody else's life and brand and channel. I had to put my life on social media, and I don't know that I'm 100% comfortable with that. The first reason that I went online was to try to share and help, and I felt like I had to give back to the community. The other one that I found along the way was that I really saw the benefit on the business side. But I'm inconsistent because I'm not used to it, and it's been a new thing for me, and there's been a lot of new things, like living on the road. Even though I've done it for a long time, for months at a time, not full time like I've been doing it in the last couple of years. It's just been living in the van and the nomadic lifestyle on the road, being online and trying to show my life while being safe. It's just been a lot of changes. So that's one of the reasons. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, the next question is, what do you like better? Living in a van or living in a house, and why? And I would say they're different, and I don't know that I like one better than the other. I think that I like having a home base, but I don't like day in and day out, month after month or week after week of being in the same place. So I would say that I like having a home base. I absolutely love being on the road in my van. I started my journey in my car, and I drove from here to Vermont and back. Actually, I went from the Florida Keys to Orlando, and then from Orlando I got on the auto train and put my car. I was in my Toyota Corolla, which I still have, and I put my Corolla in the auto train and went to Lawton, Virginia. My boyfriend lived in Pennsylvania at the time, and so we met here. He was living in the Keys for the summer, and I was living in the Florida Keys, and we met. And when he went back, he's a university professor, and when classes started again and he went back, I went to visit him once the fall started. And I stayed with him for a while. I think actually he flew me up the first time, and then I drove up after that. And from there, I took a bunch of road trips to the Northeast, and I ended up all the way in Vermont, and I absolutely loved it. I had already gone from the Florida Keys to Montana and back. One of my clients is a fishing guide, and I did that road trip with him, and that was kind of the first time I had done a full cross-country trip, because I've always been a big traveler but never spent a bunch of time in the car, but I was just doing shorter trips. And so that first trip from Florida to Vermont was the first time that I slept in my car. I remember I got to Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, and it was late, and I didn't want to check into a hotel because I was going to have to just check out in a few hours. So I slept in my car in front of the hotel, I remember, and I absolutely loved Providence. And I just started doing that everywhere I went. I ended up doing that when I went to Vermont, and I loved traveling and sleeping in my car, and I just had the best time. If you put me up against the wall, then I would have to say living in a van is better on the road, in a vehicle, any kind of vehicle, than living in a fixed house. But I have to admit that I like knowing that I have a place to go to, a place that I can call home, even though home is wherever I am, because there's times that I'm gone for extended periods of time and I totally feel at home. I just realized my phone is shaking so bad, you guys. I'm so sorry. I have this new mount that I got, but because I move around a lot, because I'm so animated, I can see it moving, so I hope I'm not making you dizzy. But anyway, so to end this question is, I really love having a house, or I don't love having a house, because I hate all the things everybody hates about owning real estate, like taxes and fixing the AC that broke and making sure that the lawn is mowed and yada 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 yada. But I do like having a home base. Out of the two, I absolutely, positively, without a doubt, 100% love being on the road better. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, the next question is, so why did you go to Florida, and how long are you going to be there, and when are you going to start traveling again? Okay, I mentioned in my last video, maybe I didn't mention in detail, but one of the reasons I came back is because I have doctor's appointments as those of you that have been following me know that I had major back surgery and that I've been recovering from that. So I've got to see some doctors about that, and then I also have my regular checkups. I also like to do, I'm very big on health care and taking care of yourself and preventative health care. So I like to do a physical once a year, and I go to the dentist twice a year, and I go get my eyes examined and do all of that stuff and everything else that, you know, my woman wellness, but I do that at a different time of the year. Anyway, I'm going to make a separate video about that because I've been getting a lot of questions about how to deal with medical issues on the road, and everything from what happens if you have an emergency and you're out of your state and you either do have state insurance, but because you're out of state it doesn't cover it, or if you don't have health insurance. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, but one of the reasons I came back to Florida is because in my local areas, because I have doctors. The other one is because hurricane season is coming and I want to have everything in my house ready just in case. Last year was horrible, which it was probably the breaking point for me, which is why I decided, I mentioned in the last video, that I'm really seriously considering just getting rid of my house because it was so stressful last year, and before the hurricane was stressful, after the hurricane hit was horrible. I have a lot of footage on that, and I really hadn't done a video on it because it was so stressful that it just caused me anxiety to look at the footage. And we had damage. We were so fortunate I didn't have damage like other parts of the country had, and I'm so thankful and blessed. But it was horrible. But you know what, despite all that, I have to thank one of my friends drove from New Jersey down to Florida, and he took his vacation to come help me, and I'm so grateful. Tom, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I know I've already thank you so much. I can't believe it's going to be a year since Hurricane Irma hit. So that's another reason I came back, is that I want to make sure that whatever needs to be done on the house gets done and prepped and ready and all that stuff. Those are the two main reasons. I also had family coming in from out of the country. So I have family all over the world. I am from Venezuela. I was born and lived there till I was 10 and then came to the States. I have family in Venezuela, in Colombia, in London, in Spain, where else? In Luxembourg, in France. So my family that's in Luxembourg, France, and Colombia all flew in together at the same time and came to the United States for 2 weeks. So I wanted to see them. I hadn't seen them. I saw a few of them. Two of the cousins I saw last year when I went to Europe. I went to Luxembourg and France and Amsterdam and all over that area. So I got to see them, but I hadn't seen the other family members. So that was the other reason I came home. I don't know when I'm gonna head back out. I am trying to coordinate it with projects that I have. Another reason I had come back was because I had been talking to a potential client about doing some work for them, and I never heard back from them, so I'm not sure what's going on. I don't hear back from a client. I don't really chase them down. I've sent a couple of emails and I haven't heard back. So now my schedule's kind of up in the air. I have some things in the calendar that I don't think I can disclose, but I have some projects coming up in the next few months. So I don't know. I'm going to try to do, I have been filming a lot because I've been doing so much with the van and the property and how those two are related and where I park the van, when I'm home. Anyway, all of that. So maybe I could upload those for you if the reason you're asking me is because you want to see more travel vlogs, or tell me what you want to see and I'll let you know. But unfortunately, I don't have a time frame for you. So if you want a specific kind of video, I'll try to do that.